Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, ladies and gentlemen, and all in between, and welcome back to part 2 of Pathologic 2. When we last left off, we received a letter from our father asking us to come back to our hometown where we haven't been for a long time. He hinted at something deadly and dangerous coming, and just as we got off the train, we were attacked by 3 men, and unfortunately we killed them. So, as we step off that train back into our hometown, things have changed a lot. We left a young, enthusiastic medical student and returned a qualified doctor, just in time for the events ahead. So we'll take what we can from them. It's no use to them now. Why did they attack us?
The worst is yet to come.
You hit hard for a hunchback, but whoa, boy, you screwed up. Those 3 guys are dead. I saw you do it too. You're going to be in serious trouble. A hunchback? Kid, I'm bent over in pain here. You need to handle that bleeding, old man. You're covered in blood. Your own blood. I know that. Here you go. A tourniquet. It used to be my leash, but it seems like you need it more. Thanks. You're a nice kid. Man, you really have some anger problems, don't you? Zing, pow, blam. 3 guys dead. This ain't the right way. Ain't how we do things around here. I'll handle it. It's my sin to carry. I don't need a lecture. Oh man, you're gonna get in trouble. The 2 guys that got away are gonna stir up the whole town. Every dog has its day. They'll make you apologize for sure, on your back, in the dirt. I won't apologize to anyone. I acted in self-defense. Well, you gotta be nicer. Just hit him. 3 times max. Send them running and let them run. You don't actually have to kill everyone who bothers you. Jeez. I'll keep that in mind. So we've got our journal. I was summoned back to my hometown by a distressing letter from my father. I should hurry home. I met a funny dog-eared kid at the station. What was he doing there? In his letter, father wrote that he will face a difficult trial. Or did he write we? I don't remember. Home sweet home, welcome with its knives honed. What does this mean? So, we've got our inventory, we've got our health, our immunity to infection, exhaustion, hunger, and thirst. And I'm going to organize our inventory a little bit here for a second. I always want to keep food on this side. Water is quite important too. I'll put that on this side. And then any bits and pieces I want to trade, I'll put on this side. Fingernails are important as well. Now, much better. We should heal ourselves. One tip I do with this game, in order to save time, organize your inventory from this menu rather than doing it in game, because that'll take a lot of time. So he's got more to say actually.
When the cat's away, the mice will play.
The one with the knife was Killick, a leather worker. Not gonna cry for him. That guy was nuts. Was this an ambush? How long were they waiting for me? They weren't waiting for you. I think you were an accident. Then who was the real target? I don't know. Rumors going around about that someone else got murdered tonight. Guess I should sniff around and find out. Who knows? Maybe it's true. I hope it isn't. This town's seen enough blood for one day. Someone important was murdered tonight. 3 guesses who? That helpful light shows us our next 2. Beak. Well, Barak, you're nearly dead. Got a few minutes left. I'm here to announce your demise. Are you with that crowd? Of course I'm not. They were just peaceful townsfolk, craftsmen, factory workers, good sons and fathers. But me, I'm much more dangerous. I'm the mask of fate. Peaceful? Yeah, right. Why did they try to kill me? My esteemed colleague will explain. So what did you want to tell me? You've been bashed on the head several times, and the locals' fists are heavy. And one of those 4 stab wounds looks deep. Significant blood loss too. And the local climate is unforgiving in terms of strain. Do you have any heart conditions? My heart's too soft. Your health is a mess. I'm guessing you haven't eaten in several days, and that you didn't sleep last night, did you? That's what I thought. So your hunger and exhaustion are critical too. I wonder which of these afflictions will be the death of you first. So, what's the plan? Any good advice? Dressing your wounds would be a good idea. Thanks, Beakhead, but the doggy over there helped me already. What doggy, Borach? Are you hallucinating already? There aren't any dogs here. I could use more bandages, though, if I knew where to get them. A drugstore, Borach? You've been studying surgery for 6 years and you're just finding this out now? But it's not just about the wounds. Even when they are dressed, you still need to be aware of your body. It's not always on your side. Pay attention to its needs. I'll figure it out. What next? Next, you die anyway, because the whole town will soon have it out for you, and it's not going to do with the 3 poor souls you've just done in. Great. Why do they hate me? My colleague over there can explain it better. That's his role. Mine is teaching you how your body works, so you don't die before you make it home. Fair enough. Forewarned, forearmed. Persistent, huh? Good. Maybe you'll even survive a day or 2 this way. Get a bite. Birdseed's fine. Food is sold in shops, though your reputation might prevent you from a warm welcome. But there's a meat warehouse nearby that was conveniently broken into recently. The perpetrators walk down the railroad tracks, there ahead and to the right. Think you can catch up to them? Yes, that railroad track that goes to the warehouse is just a stone's throw away. Godspeed, Burlach, though I doubt it'll be easy. God's presence or not. Any useful advice then? Be careful, be stealthy. People are scared out of their minds now and quick to attack. Trust no one. Speak to my esteemed colleague over there, he wants a word with you. Alright. Welcome home, Warden. You've been away a long time. You probably don't even remember the heady scent of twire in the air. Do you know why you got attacked? No clue. The whole town is looking for a murderer. A very important and respected man was killed last night. The townsfolk loved him better than some children love their fathers. Don't be too hard on them. And who was killed? You knew the victim. Less than you thought, but more than most. Don't worry, you'll learn more soon. But I, personally, can't divulge this sort of information. Investigator's privilege. So you're an investigator? Aren't we all? Everyone lies, so you can only get to the bottom of things by using your brain. That's what your father used to say. It's an actual quote from him, by the way, because I happen to know him, and we got even better acquainted today. How about you? Did you two argue much? You knew him. You know him. Unlikely. He hates people who hide their faces. Indeed, old Isidore Bourlac is the exemplar of a true doctor, and a true human being, if a miserable one. Do you honor your father? He's the reason I returned. He summoned me with a letter. Said there was a threat. Do you know anything about it? Nothing's a threat to him anymore, trust me. Maybe dishonor, but even that's unlikely. You're a man of obligation after all, aren't you? I am. Whatever. That bit's not important. Time is short. Oh, by the way, Brulach, this time is important. Be careful how you spend it, and be aware that you don't have much left. I know, a few more minutes, your colleague already told me. Well, a little more. I intend to live to 80, no less. We're a long-lived family. You've got less than 2 weeks, Bullock, 12 or so days. Trust me, I'm a specialist. So, use your time well, and hurry home now. Why are you wasting your time here? Your father's waiting. I should hurry home, that's true. That's why I returned to town after all. Be quiet. He must not hear your voice. Lean close. He only speaks in lies and wants you dead. I see. Care to elaborate on that, monkey man? Do not go home, Burlak. Stay clear of home. In town you have some friends yet, do you not? Yes, 3 of them. We were inseparable when we were kids. The town is yours, Burlak. May you soon find how deep, how far its roots run down your spine. May you inhabit it, sink through its pores, learn vein and artery, nerve, blood and cell. You need no home beyond the town itself. Forget that place you so eagerly seek. I beg forgiveness. Grievous harm will come to you. Come to me, should I tell you more than I can. I'll keep what you said in mind. But unfortunately we need to get home. So we're in the station. The umbilical cord connecting us to the outside world begins here. This part is for cargo. We have to head to our father's house, so down the tracks and up. And a helpful spotlight to guide us along the right way. And now the real game begins. I'm going to try splitting these videos up into 2 a day, so one video covering the morning and one covering the nighttime. Huh, there's people over there. Today is meat day, Tanga. We feast on meat. What are we celebrating, Kathanga? Kathanga brought meat this morning. Said a warehouse door was left unlocked, so we took some. Boo's Vlad grows fatter by the day. He works, he takes the profit, so we've decided to take the meat, at least. Is it at least fresh? It is cured, Colboon. Who would keep fresh meat in a warehouse? And if you need to drink, the water is next to the factory wall, see? Barrel water is the best, brought from the steppe, but in a pinch you can drink this too. Alright, show me the meat. And we can trade him some meat if you need to. That's worth 8. We can get 2 pieces of meat for that. That's worth 6. No harm having a bit of food. And one can drink from barrels and water pumps instead of the polluted Gorkin. I've actually played this game 3 times and never walked this side of the track, so that's a new thing for me, to get that little introduction. You'll notice they have special names. Kathanger, Kulboon. These are people from the kin who live in the steppe. And my second tip for this game is always loot the garbage bins. Oh, my brothers in spirit, behold a man, head higher than the sky. Behold a creature of well-earned pride. Dare I trouble you, good sir, with trivial talk? Great, a poet. Go ahead, I'm listening. Oh, how ferocious Mother Nature is, for 'tis her wrath that must be borne. Oh friend, if only I could quench my thirst, I'd give heaven and earth for a sip of cold water. You're literally next to a pub. The pub is closed, good sir, but even if it wasn't, what makes it open really? One must ask oneself. And anyway, Stamatin the curmudgeonly has introduced new rules with another sort of liquid flowing, a fiery one, a good one, but not the one I need at the moment. So, do you have water? I don't, but the river is right here. You'll make it, I believe in you. Only brute beasts drink from the river. Us proud men deserve spring water. It is brought here in barrels, but they are too often empty. I would get it there, but I have no bottles. I drink from a fountain, but I might faint first. The air is far too heady. You're in luck. Have some of mine. I could give it to him, but he won't. He won't take it. It's not worth giving him a free water bottle for nothing. So we can use empty water bottles to fill up from these pumps, as well as drink and reduce our own thirst. Up and to the right. What are they running from? A murderer walks the streets, human or shabnak, who knows? But our kids are outside too, won't stay home no matter what we tell them. Why can't you just ground them? Everything's terrible. It all started with that awful tower. There's nothing we can do now. Kids do whatever they damn well please. Can't say anything to them. I mean that. Try and the words stick in your throat. They've become complete strangers to us. What about common blood, I ask you? What about paternal love? What does this have to do with the tower? Hard to explain. The tower crushes us. Try to speak a word against it, and it is as if an invisible blade slices your vocal cords. It did something to our kids, like they're crossing a river over thin ice, and you can't follow them, only call after them. How many children do you have? Me? 2 younger brothers, 12 and 15, both in the tower. Living in their old world could be good for them. What are these guys running from? Hello? Hey, Coralda. I didn't do anything. And Bikala, you can protect yourself. You shouldn't look either. What do you have here? I brought my bones here. Are you kissing the skull? I'm not kissing it. It was in my hands. Then people ran in. I was embarrassed and hid my face. But you haven't done anything wrong. Why were you ashamed? I won't explain to you. I did nothing wrong. I just brought my bones here. What's wrong with that? These bones are mine. I didn't steal them. I tell the truth. You should be more careful with your bones, Bashagan. You're acting strange, and people really appreciate that. What's so strange about that? They're the strange ones. Come to think of it, it isn't. So go ahead and do whatever you want, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. It will not. I believe you, Bashagan. Anyway, a short detour from where we need to be heading. Oops. You see, you've got a mix of tribal folk and townsfolk both living here, both at tension with each other. Nothing in there. Oh. A herb bride. So relieved they brought fresh water from the springs, otherwise we'd have to drink from the Gorkin. Have you lost it? You see the abattoir over there? Guess where all the waste gets dumped. You've no sense of humour, Tenge. Who'd drink from the Gorkin? Even blood water would be better. So fresh spring water is good news, but I wonder how long it will last. What about water bearers? Have they left for more? Vlad the Younger manages the water bearers now, but he's a simpleton. I've even heard rumours he might be digging a well. Surely false, of course. Even someone completely incompetent wouldn't do that. Indeed. I doubt anyone in this town would be that reckless. And they got some increased reputation in the hindquarters, at least. What's going on here? Alright, everyone calm down now. No more mob justice. What the fuck do you want? Everything is dealt with over here. No more blood. What is dealt with? The murderers. It wasn't them. And if it was, it's up for the judge to decide. Are you one of the crazies who can't keep their fists in check? I'm Artemi Burak, Isidore's son. I only arrived today. Something happened this night. I'm not exactly sure what happened myself. Then a rumor spread. A step golem has stolen a woman's shape and started to kill. Stone Age idiocy. They beat several step girls to death. I wonder if Twilight drives folks insane. Were these the ones who beat girls to death? They tried. That's alright though. They'll be taken into the town hall and dealt with. Now. I was also attacked today, even though I can hardly be confused for a girl. Absurdity. How could it happen? How could anyone call themselves human after that? God. Go. Calm down and be on your way. I have nothing to do with any of this. Shabnakadir, a clay golem of local legend, steals the shape of a young woman. Seems like this town is going crazy already. Father's house. And we saw this in our dream. There are people here. In there! Locked shut. Won't let anyone in. Not that I object. There must be order. And so it was ordered. Our house was locked. Who ordered that? Savrulov, of course, the governor. And where did my father go? So you're Bulak's son, then? The one who left town so long ago. You missed him by hours. I guess it wasn't in the cards. Could you have gotten here, say, yesterday? Everything would be different then. And he waited for you so eagerly. I know. I got here as fast as I could. So where's father? I guess your best wasn't good enough. What do you mean? Old Bulak is dead. Dead? Dead. No one knows how. Rumor has it he was murdered. A load of bull. He was like a father to all of us. Who would kill him? I don't buy it. So that's who was killed tonight. Where do I go now? Father's dead. I was too late. Alexander Savrulov, the town's governor, is in charge of the investigation. I remember him. A stern man. The crowd's gone mad, like frightened children, so eager to catch someone, anyone, and no idea who. Some say it was an outsider, others a shabnak. When it hits home, people are quick to drag the clay wench from the depths of memory. Why an outsider? Who else? And a shabnak? Honestly, you're hardly better than a pack of children. A shabnak a deer, a thing of steppe legend. Yes, I know about it. Well, maybe the killer was a shabnak. Who else? A person couldn't have done it. You think so? Isidore was a man. Men must not kill men, and some men do not kill men. At least not in this town, they don't. Obviously they do now. Oh, but of course he wasn't killed. People are mad with grief, so they parrot nonsense. And Sabrolov, he's only too happy to prey on these rumors. He'll dig his claws deep into this case to flaunt his value, mark my words. Sabrolov, so he's in charge now. Oh well, yes and no. The real ruler is Fat Vlad. Money's power, and the town's business all belongs to Oglimsky. The factory, the abattoir, the railroad, all his. The Canes still have the power of fear, and Sabrolov, well, he's technically the leader of the three, but only technically. Where's my father's body? No clue. People used to bring the dead to your father, you know, a doctor. How will we live now? No idea. Unbelievable. The war, the train delayed, what a terrible year. Do you even have a place to stay now? Yes, I have friends in town. 3 at least. They'll help me. Do you think they still remember you? It's been 6 years after all. Well, maybe not at all of them. Maybe someone has to though, right? Lara Ravel lives by the river in a house called The Shelter. We used to be friends when we were kids. Hopefully she will at least let me sleep at her place. Ruben is my father's student, almost a brother to me. I should see him. He will help. Redhead Grigory Filon, aka Bad Grief, always goads me into doing crazy stunts. We used to have a secret lair in a warehouse. So we'll go back to Ruben first, then to Grief, and then up to Lara. It's 8:45 in the morning. Who's this kid?
Well knows the kitten whose meat it has eaten.
Sticky. Why are you covered in blood? Who are you? That's not important. Who you are, that's important. I'm old Burlak's son. What I know is, what I want to know is, why are you covered in blood? Haven't you seen what the streets are like? Whatever, but I'll remember you. Likewise, nice meeting you. He's cute. Can we even go in? No. Huh. What rotten luck. Father died a few hours before I arrive. If you see a man, run. Men are angry today. They kill the likes of you and I. You think we have something in common, Odong? We are not human. We are different. Unfortunately, I am made of flesh and blood, so I'll take your advice. You look like a murderer. Do not delve into the town's flesh if you want to live. Keep to the outskirts, as people here. Thanks, Worm. Let Mother Bodo keep your footprints warm. That's important advice we'll be heeding. There's something else going on here. Ah, at last! A crowd now gathers round my act. Sit down like that. Now watch. Death by starvation. Too busy, but speaking of starvation, have you got any food at all? I'd cut a man open for some dry old toast. Then a good sir fancies a slice. Have one. Shan't last. In half an hour's time my act resumes. Come see death by starvation, lads and lasses. That's okay. I'll just find another freak with toast. Wrong. You should look for freaks that trade in trash, perhaps home-owning freaks too foolish to see as you rummage through their paltry things. I respect other people's property. That's so. Then our good audience shall their eyes soon feast upon our play, Death by Starvation. Burach, can you now feel their hungry stares? I think I'll go. Thanks for the toast, weirdo. You can either buy daily bread or barter for it. There's always burglary too. They couldn't suspect me of patricide, could they? Of course not. Impossible. We're a little bit hungry, but not ravenous yet. We can save our food for later. So straight down here and on the left we'll have Reuben's house. That's the bell for 9 o'clock. Reuben's an old friend. When I left, he took over as Dad's apprentice. Hopefully he still remembers me enough to be kind. But we haven't spoken in many years. Reuben?
I'm no positivist. There are things in this world beyond our mundane perception.
Well, one thing is clear. You are a very, very lucky man, which means you need to take care of yourself. You are so careless, Vorlach. It's Atmi Vorlach, right? Burlach. Atmi Burlach. Apologies. Oh, and may I say, is it true that your actions have already resulted in 4 deaths? Three. That's what I thought. And who the hell are you, buddy? Daniel Dankovsky, Bachelor of Medicine, at your service. But before we speak any further, I'd like to clarify a rather crucial thing. Just how highly do you hold your sense of duty? All Bulaks are guided by duty. It runs in the family. Well, from this point on, you owe me. I just saved you from a rather grisly fate. Perhaps I'll pay you in kind someday. Oh, I doubt it. I'm much more cautious than you, and attentive, and heedful. For example, I've managed to establish a friendly relationship with Reuben, your so-called friend. But Reuben is my friend. Your Reuben has utterly murderous intents. Isidore meant quite a lot to him. Your father was his mentor. Reuben even considers himself old Bullock's true son, unlike you. Anyway, he thinks you're to blame for your father's death. Oh, what a load of... I managed to convince him that you didn't actually kill Isidore. Well, not empirically. But I'm under the impression that in Reuben's mind, you still caused your father's death. You did, after all, take your sweet time getting here, while Isidore was counting on your help. Is that true? It is. I thought a lot about that myself. Look, you have my condolences, Volak. But since we've established that you owe me, let me explain how you'll repay your debt. Things are about to get a little tense, and I need only one thing. Just do exactly as I tell you. You're a doctor, right? Bulak, how are things going to get tense? Today's tragedy won't be the last. I was blessed with a naturally high intelligence, and my observations indicate that a very deadly visitor has come to this godforsaken town. That's all I can say for now. I don't like you, Bachelor. Whatever. Allow me to sum up. Reuben told me he's the only decent doctor in town, but you're a competent surgeon. I need you alive, healthy, and quiet, close at hand. Spare me any wild improvisations. I'll be the one handling the situation. Medicum morbo ad ilbe. How about you just shut up? I'll deal with Reuben myself. No middleman required. Where is he? Gone to carry out my orders. From now on, your Reuben does what I tell him to do. He entered my service of his own accord. I suggest that you do the same. It'll help everyone. Ugh, I just hate big city dandies who think they know best. To the Bachelor and Sticky the nerves, my father the blood. An out-of-town dandy kindly informed me that Stark, Reuben, considers me a patricide. Madness. I guess it's for the best. I missed him. Oh, we got some money. No harm doing a little look around while we're here. Could father have been killed by the very thing that made him summon me so urgently? It's possible. Oh, good. This will all come in handy. And our first save point. This game has interesting save mechanics that no doubt you'll see more as the game goes on. We can only save in certain locations, as well as that if we die, we do come back to life, but we can't... It takes a toll on us dying, let's just say that for now. Oh nice, a scalpel. Oh nice, Reuben's house has a lot of stuff. Good. It'll all come in handy. Oh, it's locked. And I don't have a lockpick. Wow. So, what is that asshole still in there? The one with the carpet bag. Watch your tongue, boy. Though I do agree with you. But where's Dr. Reuben? We need a doctor. I'm a doctor. What's the issue? There's been a disaster. Alma, Duke, and Wolfling are poisoned. Where are they? In a warehouse with little flags. Go down the railroad and to the left. You'll see it. Alright, I'll check it out. 3 poisoned patients are in a warehouse we used to play in when we were kids. They seem to require medical help. Seems like the local urchins need assistance. Huh, so that's connected to the Laika, the kid we met at the train station when we killed those 3 guys. The event is all connected. Maybe we can ask the Bachelor for help. He seems so clever enough. You're the man everybody's after, right? You look like the description. Oh, what's the description? You know, big, fat, dangerous with bulgy eyes, a weird leg, a scary mug, and a stupid look on his face. It must be you. Thanks, kid. At least I know what I look like now. Really? Well, whatever. It's good we found you. We need help. What for? We need to hold a trial for a murderer, and we can't do it without you. Will you help? What, you caught a murderer? Or was it the murderer? It's kinda hard to say, so will you come? Well, if you're telling the truth, then I'm in luck. The courthouse is a warehouse, the one with little flags. Hurry up, they're starting soon. The warehouse with little flags? Oh, I remember. Seems like you kids took over our old place. The local urchins are found and are trying a murderer. Could it be the one we're looking for? The one who killed our father? I'm just going back to the Bachelor because there's an achievement if you go talk to him again.
I'm exhausted. On my last legs.
Back so soon, Bulach. I hope there's a good reason. The kids outside told me that 3 of their friends are at death's door and you refuse to help. My dear fellow, that sounds like your area of expertise. You're welcome to offer them your services. I have better things to do than waste my time on a bunch of mangy mutts. Better things to do? You took an oath, and now do your duty. My duty is quite different, and if you keep wasting my time, I might fail to perform it. We have very different ideas of what duty is. And carpetbagger. We can't really see it, but he has a leather bag. That's where we get carpetbagger from. Okay, so let's go see the kids first, and then we can head to see Bad Grief. And try and avoid traveling in town too much. Uh-oh. So you're old Barak's son? And you are? A ferryman. What do you want? I've got bad news. Could it get any worse? Someone's sharing your features, spilled blood, it became known. People want revenge, and they say that whoever murdered the 3 men at the station today is also responsible for Simon Kane's death. It was self-defense. I had to draw a knife. Draw a knife? Bad idea. Nothing is worse than cutting a body. You think if your father was allowed to, so are you. You are not him. I know. You have nothing to do with it, I know. I'm a ferryman. Well, almost. Actually, I'm a train driver. I knew you were on my train. I wasn't alone, by the way. Oh, but you were. We drivers can feel the living weight. There was only one human being on that train. You. I had suspected it was just a dream. The townsfolk aren't too fond of ferrymen and drivers, so we will help you. Go to a quay, show your face to a worm, and he'll take you wherever you ask for a fingernail. Show your face to a man, and he'll help you out with equipment. I have a fingernail already, actually. People think I spilled blood last night. The rumor will spread in no time. And we've got the ferryman there. When we need to. There are ferrymen in the town, and they're waiting for me. You're being hunted. You'll need a weapon. Yeah, I could use one. It just so happens that no one carries firearms around these parts. It's a peaceful town. Peaceful my ass. And it just so happens that I have a revolver, but I can't give it away for free. For a reasonable price, though. Where did you get it? Our storekeeper has his ways of finding curios. He orders them from the big world to be delivered by train on Big Vlad's behalf. That's alright, the master can take it. So who is this brave shopkeeper? Forget it. So you're interested in the deal? How much for the revolver? 3,000. You nuts. I don't have that sort of money. I can wait for 2 days, but if you don't take it by then, I'll do business with someone else. My circumstances are humble. As for the money, you'll have no trouble getting it. Isidore must have left you inheritance. It's hard to talk about it now, I understand, but business is business. Inheritance? Pah, I suspect I'll have a hard time obtaining it. Secondly, Isidore must have taught you how to hear and pick medicinal herbs. They're in bloom now, and merchants in the Broken Heart will give you a decent price for them. Fine, I'll be back tomorrow, or maybe even today. Someone is selling a revolver over here at 3,000. He won't wait for long though. We've only got 525. And it might be quite a while, I think, before we get 3,000. In all the playthroughs of this game, I've never got 3,000 in time. We believe you didn't kill our patriarch. We'll transport you along the Gullet and the Guzzle, the tributaries of the Gorkin, our kind river. But it will cost you fingernails. There's no other way. Why do you believe me? Because we are ferrymen. We know from which way you came and when. The murders happened that night. You arrived in the morning. We sensed that a new person appeared in the town. We keep track of that. How many of us live here, by the way? I can't tell. The unheard of now happens. People kill other people, so the weight shifts, and shifts, and shifts. One more has just died. No, two more. A bad day for our town. The Gorkin is a kind river, but its water isn't for humans. You can't drink from the Gorkin. You ought not to walk into it either. We traverse its edges. It's frightening. We need fingernails so that we can always return. Fair enough. I'll keep an eye out for you when I have fingernails and want to travel around fast. That's a handy service to be able to use. We'll visit the kids and then get a bit of food into us. There's the flags you mentioned. This used to be our hiding place as kids. Me, Lara, Ruben, and Stark. Now it's been passed on to the next generation. Wow. People hide their eyes when they see me. And my reputation has just dropped in every location. Look, see everyone, the doctor is here. Who's sick? You're too late, they died. Why didn't you come sooner? What kind of doctor are you? 3 kids are dead and no one gives a damn. Not kids, worse, those were our dogs. Alma, Wolfling, and Duke. Who poisoned them? Somebody evil. Notkin's planning on holding a trial. He wanted you to be there too. Well, at least I made it in time for the trial. Not all is lost. That traitor Leica saw you this morning, by the way. How you got off the train and beat those thugs to a pulp. So Leica was the doghead we met as we got off the train. Huh. So I have a living, breathing witness. Not for long. He's doomed. Yeah, how come? He killed Duke, Wolfling, and Alma. Notkin will punish him for that. Don't you need to make sure he's the real culprit first? I'm speaking from experience here. Knives, scissors, blades, razors, anything sharp. If you've got a sharp axe, I'm interested. Getting armed and ready. Those items are what I barter for. We need them. Trust me, kid, you don't. Are you a butcher? I'm a surgeon. It's like a butcher with a sharper knife. Thank you. Thank you for actually coming. You're so brave. Look, we all made a gift for you to welcome you here. See, it's bread. Please don't frown. It's all we can spare. We need to eat too. There's a lot of mouths to feed here. Thank you. When I get my house back, come visit. I'll return the favor. Sorry it's so stale. I drink the milk fast because it'll go bad soon. But the water is fresh from a ravine. No, wait, keep this, especially if you don't have much to give. But you're a guest. Take it, or else we'll get bad luck. We need luck more than food right now. Ugh, okay, I understand. You poor souls. I'll take it. Thanks. They gave us some extra food, which is nice. So we're building up a good bit of food here.
Half men, half boys. No more knives, no more toys.
And we meet Notkin, the leader of this little rabble. You're here. Good. The trial can begin. But who was accused, kids? Shouldn't you at least present them to me? A question first. They say you're no son to old Bulach. He was a doctor. He saved lives. It is said that you kill instead. Is that true? Oh, I'm doing on trial now, so that's who's accused. I am Bulach, have no doubt. Answer the question, please. Are you a murderer or no? I may have killed, yes. Killing is not necessarily murder. Calm down, no need to get defensive. Or are you uncomfortable doing this in front of my soul in the house? Aren't you cheeky, boy? Cheeky or not, this isn't a game. We're talking about something important here. I'm all ears. Tell me, is it right to kill? We need to know what you believe. Old Bulach wasn't just a doctor to us, he was our teacher. He knew how to live. You say you are his son, so you're to take his place and answer. Is murder acceptable? No. Killing is never right. Never forget that. But do you plan to avenge your father? Perhaps I won't. I've got to follow my own advice if I'm going to give it to the kids. Good. We now know what kind of man you are. Here ends the trial. You're free to go. So you know me, huh? That was quick. Guess I should have talked to you if I'm ever confused. Meet Notkin.
How do I get my leg mended?
So, is revenge bad too? Yes, life finds its own way of punishing the wicked. So, you say murder is bad, but it's easy for you to say that. You've gave Wolfling a bone, never fed Duke, never met Leica. I'd like to see if you change your tune when you actually encountered the traitor. I bet my soul you'd lose it and snap his neck. You really ought to take better care of that soul. It's fine. I've half on top of it after all. You have what? We each have a half besides our own soul. See this grey cat here, chasing his own tail? That's Jester. We're always together. Ah, I see. So the pet is like the third half of your soul. Indeed. Back to business, though. Why did you mention revenge at all? Here's the deal. You're so full of the milk of human kindness, go and meet Leica for yourself. And if you truly honestly believe a lying, cheating lowlife like him deserves to go free, let him go free. But if you figure he needs to be taught a lesson, give him this leash. It'll bring him back here, guaranteed. And then what? You'll kill him. Of course not. Didn't you teach us that murder is never right? But we will send him 6 feet under. I'll hold you to it. We have a deal. Murky says it's by the gumstone. Who's Murky? The girl in the corner. She's the one who told us you're a killer. So what's that stone you were talking about? The gumstone, stepwood from the basket. Aren't you supposed to know all this? Or do you step folk have different names for everything? Ah yeah, the step people call it Yorohilu, hatred. See you around, pups. The soul in the house want to punish the culprit who poisoned their dogs, but I don't want them to do something they'll regret for the rest of their lives. I think we can have a bit of smoked meat now. Bring down our hunger a little bit. Just gone 10 o'clock. So lots happening at us in this game straight away. Let's go to Grief and then we can go deal with Leica. I mean, we need him alive as a witness for us, so we can't really be sending him off to get killed by the soul in the house. People avoid me in the streets. Oh, the situation is getting worse.
Where there's carrion, there's crows.
Well, look who's entered my humble home. Could that be my pal, Artemy the artist? The Artemy who cuts arteries, maybe? No, I don't recognize this man. Too soft. They must have kept him swaddled and coddled, whatever palace he ran off for. It's good to see you too. A little bird told me you're a hard-boiled criminal now. I'll admit, old friend, I got misty eyes with pride. Luckily for you, I can store you anywhere in the warehouses, and no quail nor nightingale will sing a tune. It was self-defense. Forget it. Tell me this, friend. What's your plan? Do you know about my father's murder? I do. May he rest in peace. He was a decent man, and the best sawbones around. You honor him. What's the plan then? Revenge, or something with a little more finesse? I'll find out who's behind this, then we'll see. Just stay away from Sabeloff. I mean it, cub. The man's a hawk. All might makes right. No sense. He'll throw you in jail first and only think months later. I know you're thick-skulled too. You'd charge in there, shoulders squared, thinking, oh, but the truth will win out. Bullshit. Stay away. You hear me? You finished. Calm down.
And Vlad yet stays quiet. Has his finger in the pie, I'm sure.
You ran into the old crowd. Stark, Reuben, Lara. I've been to Reuben's, but he's not home. Gotta say, it's a tough time for our friendship. I mean, if you can even call this friendship. Gravel-hearted Lara won't look at me now, and Stark's even worse. He completely ignored my plea for help. You need help. You gone outside recently? It's chaos. Innocent souls torn limb from limb. Everyone's lost their minds holding the culprit. A step golem, some think, but others, they're after your hide, friend. All this ongoing. Naturally, my men ran into a mob, barely got out alive. They need a sawbones bad. Your old man's gone, and his star student Stark won't take the job, so let me patch them up. I am a surgeon, after all. Are your men still here? Not here. Shiner dropped by, and they're waiting for death in the hideout. Poor piecework, he's knocking on Devon's door. Got something stuck in the belly. Can you believe, folks? They're all shapeshifters, I swear, shedding skin and eating each other. May not like it, but every person in this town has a vile beast inside. I'll lose the scalpel you had just lying around then. Wonderful. You might find anything in his belly he doesn't need. Don't toss it. Bring it to me. Might be useful. What, like a memento? You're still a weird one. Bred in the bone, I suppose. Even in handicraft town like this, there's an underground, a rat's nest, at odds with the law, at odds with good morals. People come to them with dubious challenges and requests. Just say it out loud. They are thieves. You know my master. He is your friend, and he hasn't changed much since you last saw him. He always loved to live on the edge, never was a stickler for rules. But he was never truly vile or cruel. Yet he has changed. He wants to seem a kingpin, a king, a local czar on his small own turf. Wants to seem, not be, play a big wheeler dealer. But that's not who he really is. He's just... Thieves and rats never tolerate false leaders. Are you telling me they're all just playing war here? Such is our town, you know it yourself. It's a very good village. Beautiful people live here, infusing it with a rather spiritual dream. There's no real villainous crime here. Even the rats and the thieves are softer. Dreams live in the upper town, not here, closer to the bridge square. Would you like to know what your old friend is truly worried about now? He's playing a dashing scoundrel in front of you, but his soul is trembling. Well, why? He's worried that blood started to spill now, and it was probably spilled by his men. The people who rubbed shoulders with him, hiding their teeth at first. He's worried you'll think he has it all under control, meaning today's craze is his doing. How do you know he even has a conscience? I am his reflection. Who else is to know what his heart is worried about? Touching. Perhaps he is partly responsible. Perhaps he did corrupt them with his talk of how any law is but chains that one must break in order to become free and truly human. But he never wanted bloodshed. Keep that in mind. So the fellow bit off more than he can chew. We'll see where it leads. Why, thank you. Wow, there's some good stuff in here. Already our inventory is getting quite full up.
Var the usurer wages war on all poorer. Just nailed barley down. Here we go, all around.
Thanks. People lock their windows and hide children when I approach. Oh, the relationship's getting worse and worse in town. I hear the rumors. They're going to meet this kid. So it seems that the kids have these imaginary creatures, pets almost, called they're half souls. Are they really imaginary? We did hear a cat meow when we were in Notkin's warehouse. Ah. Reuben thinks I killed my father. Grief is just a thug. Wonder what's happened to Lara. Hello, Leica.
The worst is yet to come.
Well, look at you, feeling better, but the town's not too welcoming, is it? Don't worry, the step is wide, it can hide anyone. What brings you here? I am feeling better. Thanks for helping me back there. You're welcome. I did tell you, scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. But I'm not the type to demand back scratching back. So what do you want? Need another wound dressed? I'm looking for the punk who poisoned the boys' dogs. Know where he is. Why do you ask? Tell me straight. Were you the one who poisoned the dogs? All lies. I'm a good, kind soul. So it's true. Honestly, I'm surprised. And the soul and the heart are the real punks, and Notkin is the worst. And punks deserve to suffer, right? But you can't hurt them. They just wipe the blood away and keep going. So you need to hit them where it does hurt. Right in the heart. Make them see how it feels. So we can give him the leash and send him straight back. This will send him back, or we can let him go. He did help us, and he's a witness. I think the best thing to do is to let him go. You're disgusting. Scram. Wonderful, so off you go. By the way, if you need anyone to confirm that you only arrived this morning and couldn't have murdered anyone last night, just say the word. I'll run to Sabarov and testify. Yes, that would be useful actually. Wait for me by the town hall. I need to find the people who still remember me, who will believe me without proof, who can vouch for me. One of Grief's boys got stabbed. I promised to look at his wounded belly. Just gotta remember to bring a scalpel. The dog killer... Oops, sorry. The dog killer is the doghead who saw me at dawn. He will testify to my alibi. We'll meet by the town hall. I wonder what Notkin will think of this. He might not be happy we let him go. Everyone hates me. I'll be hunted. There's a hunt going on, looking for a person with my features. I've got to avoid the town at all costs. People will try and kill me if I go in. I've got to find a way to prove I'm innocent. So marbles might come in handy. I hope Notkin can forgive me. But I can't have more blood on my conscience.
Should have kept quiet. A bargain's a bargain.
Jester thinks you're a decent sort, and he's not the only one. So, behold, we solemnly grant you this leash. It means you're always welcome here, and that you may even get your own half one day. Not everyone does. Don't go singing my praises just yet. I'll let your prisoner go. You let him go? If I am to replace my father, here ends your first lesson. This changes nothing. Keep the leash. But for now, go. I need to think. You understand why one day, boy. What a twist. I robbed the soul and the heart of their revenge, but somehow they're thankful for this. Now would be a good time to use the fingernails to travel. Otherwise it's going to be really tricky getting our way through the town. Oh, maybe we should get it up to here. You can see these little boats tell you where we can go on the map. So we get them here to there. And then we can run to Lara's maybe. We've got our trusty lamp. I don't really get to use the lamp much in this game, unfortunately, because I end up using the matchsticks for trading. I'll explain more about hobo economics in this game when it comes in handy. But it's a shame because I quite like the lamp. Don't have any blood. Let's travel by boat to here. Or to Lara's first, maybe. No, let's go to Greaseman. He's just in this house. Hopefully we can sneak in without any trouble. Follow the blood, I guess. We can loot the house while we're here. And you are? A doctor from Bad Grief. Tell me what happened. One of ours got himself cut is what happened. A shiv stuck in his side. Lots of blood, see? At least he's breathing for now. Have you got water? No. Don't you forget to give him alcohol, or powders, anything. Gotta kill the pain first. A twitchy man, this one. He'll flop around like a fish. Powders? You have no idea how to perform an operation. But you've got something to cut with. That damn thing stuck deep in. Tried to get it out with a knife, didn't work. Need those special knives. Scalpels. Yes, I see you're an expert at poking around with knives. You probably started this whole mess, didn't you? No, we were doing God's work. Who did away with old Bulach? A Shabnak, that's who. So we tracked the man-eater. Then all the step trash poured in, yelling that she's no Shabnak. They took out shivs, 10 of them on 2. You slaughtered a living woman. We avenged Bulach. Piecework himself grabbed her. Don't you glare at me like that. Come on, help the man. Can't you see he's about dead? Do what Badgrief said. Some doctor he sent us. Badgrief said to search his stomach for anything he doesn't need. So that's what I'll look for. Our first time performing surgery. We can drain his blood and use them on those roots like we saw. He said his stomach. This one's better. Ah, there it is. Hey, I can hear him breathing now. All normal. What is this? The splinter. You're clearly not from round here. This is a local tradition. We don't keep knives. They might call it cutlery, but it sure ain't for cutting. Godless beasts who fear neither life nor death make these disposables. You jab once, then it breaks. All about observing the custom. I'm from round here. I know about the custom. We got ourselves a nice lockpick. They're actually really good weapons to use as well, so we'll keep it for that rather than as a lockpick. Let's have our milk. Takes a good bit of hunger off and all of our thirst. Let's take what we can while we're here. Let's open it. Oh, nice, that was worth it. So sometimes it can be not really worth using a fish hook for that, but that worked out quite well. Okay, they're all going to be lockpicked. Oh, hello. Look around, Burlak, at this abandoned house. Of course it's abandoned. Those thugs wouldn't be here otherwise. Have you secured all you need to survive? I'm managing for now. I hardly urge that you mimic those two, but times are dire, and what you need you may find lurking in empty houses such as these. And if the owner should return abruptly, you are neither first nor last criminal here. So you say I should burgle this place? Exactly. 'Tis your life at stake, and things are merely things that you might then repay. You are indeed a doctor here, Bulach. So you like my inner voice, huh? And it's not my conscience speaking. Bagri's henchmen were looking for a Shabnak by testing women with fire. That's what piecework got his just desserts for. A man of my word, the surgery is done, the shiv is out. And if I'm desperate, I can find all I need in someone's house, and I can lockpicking it and shutting up my conscience. Jesus. Right, let's cross the bridge and get to Lara's. Trying to avoid any men who might want to kill me. Our inventory is getting quite full up as well. Ugh, another tragedy in. I find myself exhausted, soon to fall. Dead tired, they say. I wonder what it means. It means you need sleep. But woe is me, for I have no place to sleep. Doors locked before this low tragedian. No one welcome here in his hometown. Same here. Go home, Bulach. Repose will do you good. But should you seek to find another's cot, be quick to steal sleep. Sweet dreams, misfortune seeker. Thanks, and you too. If I don't find a place to hit the cot, I'll become dead tired. Perhaps literally. So, are they all finished over by the stake? Trial complete? What stake? Didn't you hit your head somewhere, big guy? Or are you just stupid? They caught a man-eater at the bone stake lot, a clay demon from the steppe. Look, I don't have time to catch up to some random idiot. Wait, where's that lot? What an idiot. I'd say you're an outsider, but you're dressed like a factory worker. That where you hit your head, the lot's in the Skinners. Got it, maybe I'll take a look. Rumor has it a bizarre creature was captured here. Need to go check that out soon. And we dropped something. Yeah, we're running out of room. Already. But we can trade for food or a bundle. Not what I need right now. Okay, yeah. The town was always filled with these strange structures. Oh, there's people. Hey, big fella. On your way here, did you hear anything? Like a train? What train? Oh, an outsider, so. We send meat and skins to the outside world, and they send back a big old train of provisions, mostly stuff we can't make. Dad says it's like living out at sea on a faraway island. Does your dad work at the factory, the skinnery, or the cannery? What? No, my dad's a postman. If he worked at a factory, phew, I wouldn't be here at all, because Mom would have had an abortion. Hey, aren't you a bit too young to talk about that kind of stuff? Why? She said it's herself when she sees Uncle Bertie. Sure, the life of a factory worker isn't exactly blessed. The train is already 2 weeks late. We might very well starve soon, like we're almost run out of sweets. Uta battered away all her buttons for a lump of sugar yesterday. Unbelievable. 2 weeks. That's a long time, actually. Didn't we just arrive here? Oops, I'll take some an immunity booster for 2 scissors. We'll be needing a lot of them soon. And I'm hated in the flank as well. So Lara's house is just over there. Uh-oh. He spotted us. Let's try and get to Lara's. There's another guy. Phew. Lara?
What?
How long has it been? 7 years. Less. It's been 5 years since I left. Feels like 10. Why are you giving me that look? You smell like blood. Everyone does, trust me, I'm a surgeon. We share the same pain now, siblings in suffering. That's why you've come to see me, isn't it? What are you talking about? We dearly loved our fathers, now they are both gone. Yours killed this morning, mine this past spring, after the battle at the fords. Many terrible things happened while you were away. I'm sorry, I didn't know your father well, but I always respected him. He must have been killed in action then. Forget it. I don't want to talk about it. Why are you back? Father sent me a letter, 2 weeks ago now, a disturbing letter where he wrote about his involvement in something dangerous. And what will you do now? I'll find the killer, of course. You know what, you aren't going anywhere, I won't let you. Take a look at yourself, you can barely stand, let alone run around chasing some assailant. You're staying, eat something, then get some sleep. When you wake up, we'll figure out the rest. How's that? Thank you, I wouldn't mind a bite or two.
Was it a month ago? I don't remember.
Just take whatever you need, there must be something in the cabinet in the hall. Should I sleep upstairs? That's where the guest rooms used to be anyway, when we were kids. No, don't go upstairs, it's all locked. Ever since father died, I don't go up there. Use this bed instead. Lara, what's wrong? Why won't you look at me? Don't, not now. Go and eat. You know it's September, don't you? Do you even remember what autumn is like here? You must eat, even if portions are small, or else you'll become feeble. Your father taught me this. I know, I know. Must I remind you that you need more sleep than usual? It's September. The steppe cools, the twilight blooms. Have you forgotten? When did you last sleep? You're right, I haven't slept in a while, although I did take a nap while I travelled. Can't you spare an hour, or 5? Yes, time is precious. So what? The worst is over. Are you afraid things might worsen still? They won't. Your father's killer won't flee, until the next train at least. True. I should eat. Get some sleep in that order. It's not like you have anywhere else to go. You're that fugitive people are after, aren't you? It seems so. While you're asleep, I'll go on a walk, test the waters. Perhaps I'll learn something, or better yet, make them see they might be hunting the wrong person. Sounds wonderful. Thank you, Laura. Lara's shelter is now my shelter. She's not as happy to see me as I hoped. Still, I can stay at her place. Must be her father. So, I'm going to leave it there for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. So much has happened. We've unraveled lots more of the town's backstory, learned her father died, and are trying to prove her innocence. So, maybe we can in the next episode. So, if you can, please give the channel a like, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care and have a good day.